Why is ancient India so mysterious? This isn't just a simple question. It's the most forbidden question in human history. There are documents that have been locked away for years, because if they were revealed, the entire history of civilization would have to be rewritten. We're talking about discoveries so shocking that governments and universities decided the public should never see them. Think that's an exaggeration? Then listen. In ancient Indian texts, there are descriptions of flying machines, atomic weapons, and advanced technologies, while the West was still in the Stone Age. Entire cities have been unearthed, with sewage and water systems more advanced than some modern megacities, and metals have been found that even today's science cannot reproduce. This is the knowledge they censored, the truth they never told you in history books. Our promise is this. In this video, for the very first time, we'll reveal facts so shocking that even scientists were stunned into silence. If you don't click away right now, you'll enter a world that could forever change everything you thought you knew. Why hasn't the Indus Valley script been deciphered yet? This is one of the most repeated and most mysterious questions about ancient India. Thousands of seals and inscriptions have been found, but even today, no scholar has been able to fully unlock them. Imagine this. A civilization that built advanced sewer systems and engineered cities 5,000 years ago had a language that still remains sealed to us. The texts are extremely short, just a handful of symbols. There's no bilingual inscription, no Rosetta Stone to help decode it. That means scholars are searching for the key in total darkness. Some say it was only symbolic, maybe religious, not a real language. But others insist these symbols could hold the key to the greatest discovery in history, a root language that predates even Sanskrit. Here's the shocking part. Even artificial intelligence algorithms have tried, but not even computers could deliver a clear answer. So is this script hiding something deliberately kept secret? Or did the Indus Valley hold knowledge we still can't even imagine? The great mystery remains unsolved, and this is only one of ancient India's riddles. If it's ever deciphered, do you think it will reveal scientific and technological secrets, or truths so powerful they could rewrite all of human history? Ancient India wasn't just myths and sacred texts. Discoveries show that Harappa had engineering and organization far ahead of its time. In Mohenjo-daro, streets were laid out in perfect grids, houses were built with standardized bricks, some even 2 stories tall, and most shocking of all, there was a complete underground sewage system. Thousands of years before London and Paris, ancient Indians had sanitation in their homes. But here's where the mystery deepens. At Rakhigarhi, archaeologists found massive reservoirs, proof of a water management system designed to fight both floods and droughts. How could a civilization 4,500 years ago have such knowledge of hydraulic engineering, while much of the world was still struggling to survive? So ask yourself, was the Indus Valley just farmers and traders? Or did they possess knowledge, deliberately erased from history? If the Indus was this advanced, why do you think Western historians downplayed it? Your thoughts could spark a much bigger debate. If you're shocked already, hit that like button and leave a comment, because what comes next will blow your mind even more. The Rakhigarhi discovery wasn't just a tank of water. It was an entire network of canals, dams, and storage basins, proof of systematic planning for clean water and flood control. At a time when most of the world didn't even know plumbing existed, ancient Indians were designing systems that modern engineers still marvel at. But stranger evidence appeared too, extreme burn marks on walls and metal objects. Some scientists believe this may have been caused by explosions, not ordinary fire. So the question is, was the Indus Valley destroyed by climate change or by a disaster no one dares to name? This mystery has never been answered, and it's puzzles like this that make ancient India a true global enigma. For deeper insight, check out our earlier video, Alien Secrets Finally Revealed. It suggests that ancient civilizations may not have been alone on Earth. So what do you think? Were those burn marks random accidents or undeniable proof of a much bigger secret? One of the most shocking mysteries, still debated by scientists, is the Iron Pillar of Delhi. a towering column over 7 meters tall, standing for more than 1,600 years, and yet it has never rusted. Modern science says iron without protective coatings cannot last this long. So how did ancient Indian craftsmen create something even today's experts can't fully reproduce? Metallurgical studies reveal that the pillar has a protective film called Missa white, a thin layer of oxide rich in phosphorus, formed naturally under precise conditions. This means they understood not only the materials, but also the exact heat required to forge metal that defies time itself. And this is just the beginning. In southern India, a legendary steel was created, Wootz steel. It had wave-like patterns, later called Damascus steel. Swords forged from it were flexible, yet terrifyingly sharp. Europeans tried for centuries to replicate it, but never succeeded. If they could create metals that last forever, what else did they build that we still haven't found? In the ancient Sanskrit epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, there are descriptions of strange flying machines called Vimanas. The details are chillingly specific. Crafts that soared through the skies, changed direction instantly, and ran on mysterious energy. For some, these are only metaphors. But here's the real question. Why would writers thousands of years ago describe technology that wouldn't exist for millennia? Even stranger, in some manuscripts, details appear that read almost like technical manuals. Some Indian researchers believe these texts prove that ancient scholars had an advanced understanding of energy and engineering, knowledge far beyond their time. And then comes the most shocking part. The Mahabharata describes weapons with unimaginable power, weapons that produced blinding light, searing heat, and burned human skin instantly. Sound familiar? Yes, nuclear weapons. So if Vimanas truly existed, who piloted them? Ordinary humans of the past, or something far beyond human? If ancient India had such advanced knowledge, why do we only see fragments of it today? Some say climate change destroyed it. Rivers like the Saraswati dried up, monsoons shifted, water sources disappeared, and without water, cities like Harappa collapsed. But that's not the full story. There's evidence that trade networks suddenly collapsed. When trade failed, their economy broke. Migrations followed. Wars may have erupted, scholars, craftsmen, and architects scattered, and the chain of knowledge transfer was broken. Workshops disappeared, scientific traditions were forgotten, and a civilization that could have changed the future of humanity vanished in silence. But some argue it wasn't just nature. Some believe knowledge was deliberately destroyed or hidden. Why? Because if it survived, it could have threatened the political and religious systems that came after. So ask yourself, if this was true, who gained the most from burying the secrets of ancient India? Now it's time to face one of the strangest questions. Was ancient India an isolated world or part of a global network? Harappan seals have been found in Mesopotamia. That means over 4,000 years ago, India was already connected to the outside world. But what exactly were they trading? Just simple goods like grains and fabrics? Or was it something far greater? Knowledge and technology. Some scholars point out similarities in architecture and metallurgy across distant lands. Coincidence? Or signs of a hidden exchange of secrets? Without a decoded Indus script, the answers remain locked. This chapter of history is drenched in mystery. But maybe, one day, if the Indus script is finally deciphered, we'll discover knowledge so advanced, we can barely understand it even now. If you've stayed with us this far, you know this isn't just history. It's about piecing together truths they've hidden from you. So hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because what comes next, you cannot afford to miss. Deep within ancient India's past lie secrets that almost no one talks about. In certain excavations, signs of extreme burning were found, as if caused by massive explosions, not simple fires. Some scientists believe this matches the terrifying weapons described in the Mahabharata. And then there are the medical texts. They speak of advanced surgeries, organ transplants, plastic reconstruction, even eye operations. How could people thousands of years ago know the human body? in ways modern medicine only discovered recently. The mysteries extend beyond science, into trade. Harappan seals have been uncovered as far as Mesopotamia and the Persian Gulf. This proves there was a global network. But the question is, were they trading only goods, or also exchanging hidden knowledge? Each clue is a piece of a larger puzzle, one that shows ancient India was far more advanced than your school textbooks ever admitted. For even deeper connections, check out our previous video, Pyramid/Egypt Discovery. Together with India's mysteries, it reveals a much bigger picture. Now you see why ancient India is one of the greatest mysteries in human history. From the undeciphered Indus script, to cities with advanced engineering, to miraculous metallurgy, and texts describing flying machines and unknown weapons, every piece points to something far beyond an ordinary civilization. Some of this knowledge may have been lost to nature, but some of it may have been deliberately buried. Because if it ever surfaced, it could have turned the entire world upside down. This wasn't just a recap, this was a serious investigation into secrets few dare to touch. And this is only the beginning. Thank you for staying with us until the end. If this video gave you value, hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Because in our upcoming videos, we'll uncover even more secrets, the kind that could forever change how you see history, and maybe even yourself.